This is the APC, one of the most underrated armored vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. You see a lot of people buying the Khanjali, driving around in a tank, when this vehicle is not only faster, but has a heck of a lot more capabilities, and it really doesn't suffer too much on its weaponry. In today's video, I'll be showcasing why the APC is such a fantastic armored vehicle, and hopefully some of you might pick it up. Let's get straight into it! To get your hands on the APC, you're going to want to make your way down to Warstock Cash and Carry. It's quite far down the list. You're just going to have to scroll about 75% of the way there, and you'll find the APC. Now, with the trade price, you can get it for $2.3 million. Without the trade price, it's $3 million. Not the cheapest vehicle ever, I'll definitely admit, but when you compare it to a lot of the vehicles like the Itali RSX, a sports car that's over $3.5 million, it's actually not that ridiculous for a price tag. Upgrading the APC is not like a normal vehicle. For example, if we try to make our way over to Los Santos Customs, the door will not open. It's going to say this vehicle can only be modified in the Weapon and Vehicle Workshop, in the Mobile Operations Center, or the Avenger. I always find that kind of weird, because I don't even know how the heck this thing fits inside of the Avenger, but yeah, you can only upgrade this vehicle if you own the workshop inside your Avenger, or inside of the MOC. Now that's fine, the MOC is incredibly cheap. I would expect 99% of people own one as it is nowadays. You're gonna see me hop right into my Avenger, which is flown onto the roof of this building, and here we go. As you can see, it's pretty easy to hop right into the back, and it's a little cramped. The only thing I don't like about upgrading vehicles inside of the Avenger is you can see it's kind of hard to actually see all of the upgrades you're doing, but it's not impossible. So let's start off with the upgrades. We got armor, brakes, just the normal things you're gonna have on any type of vehicle. We're gonna put on some xenon headlights, and we do have some livery options, but these are just your classic like army style livery options. I don't know which one I actually want to go for, although I might do the Christmas ones because I kind of like them. Galaxy's pretty cool too. But, yeah, let's go for a Christmas one. I always do it. We do candy cane and then I make it red. Now, first weaponry you have is Proximity Mine. Proximity Mines are amazing. To unlock these, just like all the other weapons on this vehicle, you're going to need to get bunker research finished. So if you haven't done any of your bunker research, then yeah, I would hold off on buying an APC or really any vehicle that has weapons, because it's going to be a waste of time until you can get the upgrades on it. We're gonna paint it really quick. I usually just go for like a matte red. I think it matches the candy canes perfectly. So that's all done. Let's do the transmission, turbo to get that acceleration up, and now we come to the weaponry. The two weapons you have to decide between are the stock cannon or the SAM battery. Now the stock cannon on this vehicle may look kind of puny, but it is incredibly dangerous. It's essentially the same weapon that the Rhino and Khanjali get. So it's actually super dangerous. But the SAM battery shoots incredibly fast missiles, and it can hold up to 50 of them and shoot them all in a burst. So if you want sheer firepower, the SAM battery is definitely a better weapon. If you're trying to clear a target in front of you or anything like that, this can be insane. However, it has a limited ammo capacity, where the stock weapon does not. So, myself and a lot of other YouTubers will say that the stock weapon is usually the better choice for most situations. Now, to be fair, if you do run out of ammo with the SAM battery, you can just despawn the vehicle and call it back in 10 seconds later, so it's not like it's too much of a problem, but as I said, it's really down to what you kind of like. I'll showcase the differences between the weapons as soon as we're done upgrading the vehicle. So I'm going to stick with the stock weapon on this one because my other APC already has the battery. So now let's do wheel type. I always go for off-road and make those nice big chrome rims. Let's do tire enhancements, already bulletproof, so we don't need to do anything there. Let's make our windows limo, and that's it. I mean, there's really not a lot of upgrades for the APC, as you'll notice, which sometimes isn't good, because customization and making your vehicle unique is something I'm always a big fan of. But when it comes to a vehicle like this, there's really not much customization to begin with. It's an APC. It's always gonna look like one. So first things first, I wanted to compare the two different cannons. You can see them side by side. We got the SAM battery, and we have the normal stock cannon. So let's start off with the stock cannon. To use it, you have to hop into the second seat. Now, you don't need to enter the vehicle on the second seat to use it. You can literally just hold on the D-pad, and as you can see, it's going to swap you between the driver's seat, so I can drive the vehicle now, and then if I hold right on the D-pad again, it's going to swap me into the gunner seat. So you don't actually need to leave the vehicle, which is something that's very nice. As you'll see, we got a group of people over here, and dead. I mean, you can spam the gun. It's pretty dang dangerous. As I said, it's literally just like a Rhino tank cannon. It has a pretty decent range, as you'll notice. It's actually like quite far away. We can shoot at the beach all the way over there. So overall, this is actually a really deadly and dangerous weapon. 9 out of 10 on effectiveness. It's the same as I said, the Khanjali or the Rhino. Now, the SAM battery is probably my favorite weapon in the game due to just how dangerous it is. For example, you can just spam it. I mean, you can just keep shooting and shooting and shooting, and the missiles are incredibly fast, as you'll notice. They have a heck of a lot more range than the cannon, and they're just devastating. The only problem with the SAM battery, if I'm not mistaken, is you have around 50 shots. Now, to be fair, 50 shots is a lot, especially because you can just go into your interaction menu, you can despawn your vehicle, and it only takes about 10 seconds to call it back if you know what garage it's in. So it's not really a problem, but it is something that you will have to keep in mind if you're ever trying to deal with a griefer or somebody trying to blow you up. The APC is going to be most effective when you have one other person in it, because of the fact that you can't drive and use the cannon. Now, to be fair, you do have proximity mines, so if anybody does try chasing you, you can just spam the completely overpowered proximity mines, and yeah, just like that truck there, they will blow literally everything up in front of them. Proximity mines they're just broken. But usually what I do, if there is somebody that's in the air, let's say it's a plane or anything that's a threat that I can't actually take out with my proximity mines, all you need to do is hold the handbrake really quick, stop the APC, and there you go, you're already in the cannon. It literally takes like 2 seconds to do this, and once you're in the cannon, again, this thing is an absolute menace to society. It does the same damage as the Rhino tank cannon, which means if you're shooting at anything armored, it's going to deal about double the damage a normal RPG would. That is insane amounts of damage. Now, when it comes to this vehicle's survivability, it's actually pretty tough. It can survive 8 RPG rounds or homing missiles, meaning that you'll have pretty decent survivability against anybody trying to blow you up. Not only that, but the APC's best attribute is the fact that it can go in water. This is probably my favorite thing about the vehicle. Sure, you're not always going to use this capability, but if there is anybody ever chasing you, being able to just drive across a body of water is so dang nice. It's not the fastest, I'll admit. You can see it's pretty dang slow in the water, but it's not a heck of a lot slower than its base top speed. And the coolest part is that if you actually stop the vehicle in the water, which I'll be a little honest, takes a while, but if you do manage to stop it in the water, you can actually hop onto the cannon while it's in the water and just start shooting at people. I mean, it's just such a fun vehicle to actually mess around with. So this is the APC. It's definitely not the best armored vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online, but for what it has going for it, the fact that it can survive basically as much of a beating as the tank, but it can also drive in water, it drives faster, and something else I should mention is that because this vehicle has wheels and not tracks, unironically, it's actually better at off-roading. For some reason, tanks are just not very good at off-roading. You'd think that they would be able to climb up really steep gradients and, you know, have an amazing power to weight, but weirdly enough, they struggle with a lot of hilly terrain, where, as you can see, the APC, while it's not very fast, it takes mountains like a champ. You could very easily climb up the side of Mount Chiliad, or if you want to climb up a super steep cliff like this, I mean, no problem whatsoever with the APC. It's actually super duper powerful. It can also seat 4 people, which is something I should also mention. So overall, the APC is just an incredibly fun and unique vehicle. As I said, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you like armored vehicles and you want to try something new out that's also quite fun to mess around with, then this is what I would suggest to get. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.